is over.
That's it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It's dead. It's dead. I know we messed you guys up. Y'all thought we were going to be dancing, standing up, showing you my skills.
Our skills.
My skills.
Y'all saw me?
Y'all saw her looking bad. Okay, anyways, we got to dance on our seats because Aunt Tiffany, our producer, said we're having a really important company and we have to behave. So I don't know what that is, I guess.
You know when you were younger and you had company coming over, and so your parents told you to clean your room, and you were like, I'm sorry, I didn't know we were gonna have the get together in my room. I thought this was a living room event. And then your mother starts cleaning up all the stuff that she hasn't cleaned up in years, like all the dishes and stuff that's like on display. Room. That's not nice. And she just starts bringing out the good dishes and all of that.
Right, like we used to eating from the other dishes.
Yeah.
Well, this important company we have here is to discuss a topic that I am very passionate about, LGBT acceptance in media and television. Joining us for this roundtable discussion, is 20-year-old transgender woman, Tiffany Baruti, who is currently pursuing a degree in political science at Hunter College. She is also a member of the Young Women's Advisory Council and a writer for The Tab. So, welcome, Tiffany.
We also have Bronx native Archie Hollywood. I'm from the Bronx, too. Hollywood is a gay rapper who says he refuses to let his sexuality undermine his talent. He is currently working on his debut project, #ThePurgeTape.
And that's it. Yes. So welcome.
Thanks for being here with us today.
Now, before we start our conversation, our discussion, I have a very serious question to ask. Have you ever seen Nightcap?
You actually posted a couple clips on Facebook.
That don't count. That don't count. You dismissed. Did you have to see?
I've seen a couple. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Well, we hope that from this day forth, you guys will start watching Nightcap because we do have a lot of good episodes.
I'll send you the link, even though I know about heart.
Link in the bio.
Just go down in the DM. Okay, beautiful. Then, it's time for Why Though. For all my first-time watchers, I feel sorry for you because you haven't seen this awesome show before. But Why Though is where we discuss the topics trending in the news and social media. Bev, who have we flamed and why?
Well, for starters, we give a Why Though to all the haters who talked about Gabourey Sidibe sex scene in Empire. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Right, and speaking of Empire, we also gave our first Why Though to Gay 50 Cent, I said it, who said all the gay stuff about Empire was bringing the ratings down. But
we also gave a Why Though to ghetto named Raven Simone, who said she wouldn't hire someone with a ghetto name. The irony, right?
Which I feel she shouldn't have been shaded for her opinion, even though I don't agree with her dumb opinion. Okay, anyway, it's it's usually Beverly and me hashing it out, but you guys are our company, so we're gonna talk with you, so it's gonna be interesting. So feel free to share, don't hold back, okay? We're gonna get started. First, let's start with my girl, Keke Palmer, okay? Back in October, she released a video for her song, I Don't Belong to You. The black and white video opens with her in bed with a man who is really ugly, and ends with her at the house with former Miss Puff Daddy, Cassie. Since that video, people have been questioning her personal life, i.e. her sexuality. Well, in People Magazine's interview, Palmer basically says she doesn't want to subscribe to any labels. She said, I'm making the rules for myself and I don't have to be stuck down to one label. She also said that if the label comes to her, she's gonna be like, I don't belong to you. So, how do you feel about that?
I think it's awesome that she's sort of resisting the idea of labels because I think even in the LGBT community, I think there's so much pressure to say oh, I'm gay, or no, oh, I'm a lesbian, and I think everything is much more fluid, and I think that's awesome that she is accepting of that, and she's sort of promoting the idea that she doesn't have to subscribe to a particular label.
I actually seen that she came out as sexually fluid.
Yeah, I heard that also.
I like that though. As a label, you don't want to be gay, straight, bi, sexually fluid. I'm doing what I want to do. I like how that sounds.
Right.
I don't think she should have to feel obligated to have a label on her as to her preference. It's whatever she wants.
Right, it's whatever you want, Akila. Just spell it out.
You don't belong to us, girl. Okay, we have got to talk about former NBA star Gilbert Arenas, who is that, and his thoughts about the state of the WNBA and its athletes. In an Instagram post, Arenas claimed that many WNBA players are ugly chicks and suggested that they compete in virtually no clothing to entice more people to watch their games. I'm not watching the WNBA to see women that look good necessarily. I feel like if you're playing basketball on a court, you're not there to look cute. You're there to get the job done and play the game that you love.
Right.
And the fact that he had the audacity to say something like that to women who dedicate hard time and put a lot of work into a male-dominated sport really offends me and really makes me upset. He has no right to say something like that at all.
Let them know.
I just found out on Nightcap.
She's
What
got
episode
mad.
is this?
It's night mad. She's mad. She's
Now
mad.
I'm mad. No, but it's true. Like no one goes on a basketball court saying I'm gonna look cute today or this or that. It's all about the
Right, it's
love
all
of the
about
sport.
game. And I don't watch the game, but I know certain ones that are just like, I'm not looking at her like, oh, she's cute, she's ugly.
That's not how you
like,
play.
Like Lisa Leslie, she plays. She plays. Because my father watches, so I watch with him. She plays.
It's kind of sexist. Like, you know, when you watch basketball with, like, the men or whatever, you don't, like, think about, oh, you should.
Well, I
they
can't
should wear
vouch
this.
for that.
Yeah,
I can't vouch. You know. You know.
But you don't. I don't think about like, oh, they will play better if they had their shirts off or something. They
I agree.
still look fine. They look fine with the shirts. The ladies look fine as well.
You know they be going to the press conferences looking good.
You know,
Suit
Stephen Curry
tie.
coming to the press.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like women have no obligation to look good so that like men watch their stuff. I
Right.
mean, yeah, like their job is to play basketball, not to like be pretty.
Right. And look at the UFC. Look at Ronda Rousey. She's pretty on a regular.
Yeah.
But
But she doesn't have to be like a beauty queen.
Right, because
when
she's going to
she's
get her
playing.
face
Right.
busted.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway,
Love you.
in response to Gilbert's post, Elena Del Don, WNBA's 2015 MVP, tweeted this. I love that she wrote, "Bye Gilbert" with a hashtag. Hashtag bye Gilbert.
So that was like her way of saying bye, Felicia.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Finally, we have to give why though to rapper Azealia Banks for pulling a Mike Tyson, except for this time it wasn't in air. The 24-year-old rapper was arrested and hit with 4 charges for her brawl at the Up and Down Club in the Meatpacking District. It was reported that when the bouncers wouldn't let her into the club owner's invite-only party, Azealia, if you're watching, invite-only, sweetheart, she started cussing and she punched and spit in the female bouncer's face before biting her breast like a 1-month-old baby.
Savage.
Now, this is not the first time Azealia has lost it. She has been caught on tape having an altercation with a Delta flight attendant whom she called a effing faggot. Charges weren't pressed against her in that incident, which I think you should. Can I just say this? You know this. When we met before this, I went off, okay? Reasons why is because I've been dying to like express how I feel about Azealia Banks. Listen, like if you're watching, because I know you are because you live in Harlem, you don't live in an expensive house. Listen, like your music is so creative, bro, but you're so dumb that it makes me not like you. Like I like my artists to like be a good person and have good music.
Right.
You know? Especially when you're a female rapper, like it's hard for you. You do understand. You do know that, right? So she's retarded.
She's a mess.
She's a hot mess.
Ever since she came for Nicki, she's just been.
She literally comes for everyone. She came for. You don't come for Beyonce. You are a person that. How you came for Beyonce, bro?
Not the queen.
No, you lost. Okay, well, one of the reasons I wanted to do this panel discussion is because the way I am treated as a gay male, especially nowadays, I often ask why though? No pun intended.
No.
No. Okay. Do any of you have? Oh no. So I'm gonna tell this story. Pause. Okay. So I was on the bridge, 207. You know, 207 bridge, and I'm walking. You know, listening to my music. You know, I was listening
What
to
you playing? What you playing?
I was playing Demi Lovato. You know, she was getting it with her little new album
That
or
new
whatever.
album?
That new.
Themselves though?
Those sales.
Yikes.
It debuted at 3, but it's okay. But yeah, I'm listening to my Demi or whatever, and then this guy is approaching me, but he's like mumbling to himself. So he's looking a little off, looking a little bummy. But I had messed up headphones at the time. So like the music was in this ear, but I could still hear the streets talking in this ear, right? So he walks past me and he looks at me and he's like, ew, look at you fucking faggot. He went off. And I was just like, are you serious? So then I just stopped, like what? And then this was funny to me. It was sad, but it was funny. He spit at me, but he missed. Like there was a total difference between me and his spit. It's just, it was horrible. And I just kept walking, but everybody on the bridge stopped like, oh my God. Like they were just like I I didn't know what to do. They would just stand. They wasn't gonna say nothing. The people wasn't gonna help. People in their car was like missing a light. Like, oh, goddamn. So, do you guys have any similar stories to that?
As a trans woman, I experience stuff like that a lot. Like, I've had people like cross themselves as they go past me. And I'm like, come on, like, why are you gonna do that for?
That's so whack.
You know, and like I've had people like stare at me and stuff. I have a friend who's a transgender man, and he had two people behind him loudly debate whether he was a man or a woman. So yeah, stuff like that happens way too often, I think.
Wow. How about you?
Me, yeah, I have a couple stories like that. Not so much anymore, because I kind of calmed down my looks or whatever, because I used to be real out there, you know.
Can you describe out there? What do you mean by that?
All right, so you know, like when you watch Real Housewives or whatever, you remember it used to be the two gay men, and then they had like the blouses and then the heels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't doing all of that, but you know,
okay.
something a little along the lines or whatever. And you know, people don't like that. People don't like to see you be something they don't think you should be. So they comment on it, and I'm not gonna say that like it hurts, because at the end of the day, you know who you are, where you're going, what you want to be, and all of that stuff. But to still get that, you know, response from people you don't know,
Right.
it's whack.
They don't want you to be great.
Yeah,
They don't.
that's
They don't
why
want you to
you
be
gotta be
gay.
great.
They don't want
That's
you to
why
wear
we're gonna be gay,
couture.
because they don't want us to be gay.
Okay, so now we're gonna go towards more of a discussion where we're gonna like bring up certain topics, and we're gonna ask you for your opinions, like more of a talking about LGBT in the media sense. So we want to know like about what you've seen in the media, TV, all of that good stuff. My first question is, how do you feel about the depiction of LGBT in the media and television shows?
So I feel like there is a lot more, there's a lot of LGBT characters that I think are done much better than they were in the past. I think what's really important is that there are characters that are queer, but their queerness is not the central part of their character. They can be gay, they can be a lesbian, and they can also have character beyond that.
Right.
I think that's not as true for trans characters. I think a lot of times, even trans characters that are like good depictions of trans people, they're sort of the show sort of focuses on them being trans as like a central part of the story, like Transparent, or even like Orange is the New Black. Like I love Laverne Cox, but like a lot of her character just boils down to her being trans. You know, I can't really think of many trans characters where they're trans, but that's not all they are, you know?
Right.
So I'd like to see more trans characters that also have character beyond them being trans.
You know, I think it depends on who is the creator or who is writing it. For example, like Glee, created and written by Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy is gay, so Ryan Murphy gets it. Right. So the characters are, even if Kurt was flamboyant, you still didn't care about that because he had things going on at home and like his plot line was different. Or like Empire, Lee Daniels, he's gay. So Jamal, like, sometimes you forget he's gay, especially with the whole Alicia Keys thing, because he's like, he has more going on in his storyline than anything. But shows like Love and Hip Hop are insensitive because Mona Scott Young's not gay. So what? She's a woman. She don't got the answers. So it all depends on who's portraying it on TV and who's writing it and putting it out there.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
You basically just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm gonna go a little more in detail though. Love and Hip Hop. Miles and Milan.
Messy.
It's a mess. It's a
messy.
mess. I don't see a lot of gay people like that. I don't know a lot of gay people that's struggling with down low relationships and stuff. And when I got so excited when I heard that there was going to be 2 gay rappers on
You
Love
thought
and Hip
that
Hop,
he was already out.
I thought it was going to be like, I thought I was going to see myself, and then I watched the episode and I'm just like, I'm not going through that.
And then they wasn't even that cute. That's the part about. Wait, let's talk about the part that they wasn't even that cute.
Sips tea. I'm not going to sip it, but
They compared. What's his name? What's the tall one name? They said he looked like Will Smith. I said where?
oh yeah, no.
How?
They say he looked like from Shark Tales.
Oscar from Shark Tale. I can't. Yeah, but it's real insensitive. Like, it's not what I see. I don't know DL people. Not well. That's a different story. But I don't know DL people. Now, can you tell the difference between the way LGB are treated versus how people treat transgender people?
Yeah, I feel like just culturally, I feel like we're much more accepting of LGB as normal, which is really interesting because, you know, if you go back 30 years, being gay is is considered a pretty radical break from the mainstream culture. And now I feel like to a certain extent being gay is sort of part of mainstream culture almost. And I feel like with trans characters, it's still sort of viewed as something that's taboo, right? There's still a common trope where there's like a character accidentally sleeps with a trans woman.
Yeah.
And it's like a big joke, like, ah ha ha, you got tricked into sleeping with a man, you know, and it's really insensitive and it's really transphobic, and that like needs to end.
Yeah, I don't think it should be portrayed like that. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Like when I see transgender characters on TV, it's like that's their story. Mm-hmm. That's what this character is here for. Like American Horror Story, I thought they weren't gonna get into it, but like the way they got into it, it wasn't offensive. Like we didn't care that he like dresses up like a woman or whatever. Mm-hmm. But eventually they did have to tell the story. Right. But that's not all he was.
It was interesting though.
Yeah, it was interesting why he was. But I think on TV, they like with I don't really watch it, but Laverne Cox's character on Orange Is the New Black, it seems like that's just the focus. That's just what it is. So that it's not that she's in prison, but she's transgender.
Yeah, I mean, I love Laverne Cox's character. I think it's a great step for her to play a black trans woman on like a pretty big show. But at the same time, it's still really problematic that a lot of her character is that she's trans, and there's not much beyond that.
Right.
Well, according to GLAAD, have you heard of GLAAD? Have you heard of GLAAD? GLAAD is the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Oh, yes, and according to their Where We Are on TV report from the 2014 to 2015 season, out of 813 reoccurring characters on TV, only 32 or 3.9% will be LGBT. And that's actually up from a 3.3% from last year, which means that last year only like 0.6 people on TV were LGBT. So my question right now is, would you rather negative representation on TV or no representation at all?
Because I feel like
I just struck a nerve in the vomit.
You did, because I just feel like it shouldn't be like a thing that is just like, oh my God, there's a gay character on TV. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be that, or like even in general, like out in the outside world, there shouldn't be like, oh, that person's gay, like, oh, that's so cool. No, it's just that this is what that person is, you know. And it's the same thing with like black females on TV. Like they have this big thing that like Taraji P. Henson is a black woman. So what? She's a black woman. She's playing a character. That's it. It shouldn't be like, oh, she's the first black woman to win this. Oh, that's the first gay person to do this. Like it's just we're human. Like we're the same. We're all the same. The cast is doing the same exact thing. Everybody in the cast is acting in that show, movie, whatever. People are like, America, you're whack. I can't.
Negative representation or no representation?
That's hard. I'd say if I had to choose, I'd say no representation, because I think bad representation creates so many bad stereotypes. And I think I just want to say, even when there are LGBT characters on television, I think GLAAD also found that pretty much all the LGBT characters on TV are white gay men. So it's like there's representation, but there's like representation of like a very specific small part of the community, and I don't think that's really that's not good, that you're sort of ignoring all these different parts of the community. You're only focusing on one.
Yeah, and even if there is representation, it's like the same representation. Right. Like that person has to be flamboyant, like whether it's a Latino gay character or a black, like they're just like straight up like feminine, like doing too much. Yeah. How you feel about that?
First off, I'm going to start by saying word cookie. She's eating it on Empire. But I would rather not be on TV at all if you're going to create this storyline out of the blue for me that I just have nothing, that has nothing to do with my life. Like, people see me in the street, they'll see me. I don't want them to see a fake me on TV, you know?
Catch that, Miles. They just threw all the shade.
Okay, now I'm gonna bounce off to a question, asking you, how do you feel the media exploits the LGBT community for drama rather than your talents? Like, do you feel like how the LGBT community is portrayed as being dramatic is more accepted in the media rather than your talent?
It's more exciting for TV. Mona, it all comes back to Mona Scott. She gotta get her stuff together. I don't want to watch Love and Hip Hop and see all of this drama. Like, I want to see it's Love and Hip Hop. Where's the talent? Where's the hip hop? I feel like they're doing too
But
much.
you know something? They always in the studio though.
Always in the studio.
First of all, they're always in the studio, but where's the music?
Where's the tunes?
Where's the tunes?
I don't get it.
Where's the tunes? And they be like, available iTunes. Where? Not on
I
mine.
got iTunes.
Right, me too, and I don't see it.
Updated.
and then sometimes it's like they just, like shows on Bravo or WeTV, like channels like those that women watch. They do this thing where it's always like this black flamboyant gay man that does hair and he's not taking nothing. Like, no, I've never met anyone in my life that's like that. And even if I did meet a gay hairdresser, he's not like how they are with their scarf and their, oh no, you didn't, girl. No, it's just not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that in real life. I'm not like that.
You don't see a lot of people like that in the street. Honestly,
Yeah.
maybe they like that behind closed doors in their house or something, but I never ran into somebody like that.
How about you, Beth?
Maybe it's not necessarily in our culture here. Like, we don't see it here because it's different here. But if you go like somewhere else around the country, that's how they are there, because maybe the LGBT community there isn't as big as it is here. Because we are in New York, and you have to like realize that we have a lot of culture in New York, and New York is more accepting of the LGBT community, especially like in Lower Manhattan, where everyone feels accepted. No one's gonna like walk around and feel like they're gonna be judged because of their preference. So
also one like TV show that like depicts it correctly. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but it's called Looking. But it got canceled, and it was on HBO, right? And it was like real chill. Like the show had a storyline, but it's one of those shows that just goes. It just goes. Like, you were living the life with them. There was a black gay character, a white gay character, like a bunch of them. And it wasn't like, it was like how I am with my friends, you know? Like, it wasn't extra and like what you see on Love and Hip Hop, and they were like chill. There was one feminine one, but it was just a regular like depiction. It wasn't like nothing extra. It was like real life, and that's what I appreciate. I want to see that. I want to relate to it. So now we're gonna jump into how people complain about primetime television sex scenes between two males, but they glorify two women.
You smell that?
What?
You smell that?
What?
That smell that?
What?
Double standard. It's a shame.
It is double
I
standard.
smell some all the way over here.
It is double standard. I think that, you know, like, once again, like I said this whole time, like, it depends on who's doing it. Like, of course they got to be like real iffy with it. Like, they want to do it, but they don't want to do it. Like, I'm gonna bring it back because, you know, I love Empire. But like Empire, when they had their a gay sex scene with the photographer and Jamal.
Yeah. Let's just talk about all of the sex scenes with Jamal.
It was like, let's pause the beat, because all their sex scenes that Jamal has are like 30 seconds or like 15 seconds of them just kissing. And and then one scene he had his pants on. I was like, that ain't how it is in real life. What we doing right now? But when Cookie had her scene, you
Legs
saw him all up in the
behind her
air, and it was like a whole. You remember when she was dating the black guy? It was a whole minute of them doing the stuff that I did not want to see. But when it's someone, but when it's someone, you know, gay, that's just like real. Oh, I'm gonna show you it, but I'm not gonna do it how it is straight, because it's offensive, you know?
I think that speaks to like how TV shows are really made for straight heterosexual men.
I agree.
Well, yeah, straight and heterosexual, yeah. But yeah, it's just like because they find lesbians attractive, so like that's okay. But they're like, oh, I don't want to see gay men, so like don't show me.
Like Orange is the New Black. Yeah. They have their gay sex scenes are like so glorified, in my opinion. Like when I was watching the pilot, like they were just like in the shower, like, oh yeah. I'm like, no.
That's actually why I stopped watching that show.
Exactly.
My little brother was in the room. I was like, I don't think I could do this right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I just feel like, you know, don't don't give double standard like he said. Don't do that. Double standard's not cool.
It's gotten to a point though, like just like how you brought it up earlier, how people were complaining about Precious sex scene. Like somebody's gonna find something to complain about, like no matter what. It's always gonna be something.
Always something.
Then you have like women like Ruby Rose who are glorified because
Ruby.
she's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
But if it was a male, would it be the same?
Right.
You know what? If you look at it, she look like a fine man. So Ruby Rose, holla at you.
I'll have to get
Oh my goodness.
Holla at you, kid. Okay, well, I truly enjoyed this discourse, this conversation, this round table. It was insightful, and some points that you guys brought up were great. Thank you all for being so open. I feel like we could keep going, but we have to wrap things up because it is time for our Nightcap Spotlight segment with Mr. Cruiser. Before that, though, we are going to give you all our social media information so you can reach out to us, give us your opinion on this round table discussion. For those of you who are just joining us right now, you missed a great panel discussion. Our participants were insightful and candid.
Yes, that was our very first time doing a panel discussion. We definitely have to do it again. Okay, so on to our Nightcap Spotlight guest. He has our studio packed with his supporters to show him our behind-the-scenes cam. On this show, we are spotlighting 18-year-old rapper Cruiser Santana. Cruiser is a DC native who started rapping when he was in the 3rd grade. In his senior year of high school, he dropped his single, Lifestyle, which now has 5,000 hits on SoundCloud. And he just completed his first project called Facts Only, which he says is more than a mixtape. It's a movement. It's a movement. Come cruise on out here, Cruiser. Get it? Like,
No, stop explaining it, bro. That's it.
You said you started rapping in the 3rd grade. How did that happen?
With a group of friends. I remember we had like talent shows and stuff that we would do, like just little 3rd graders, just kids, and you know, one dude played like a song. I guess 50 Cent was hot back then, and then they played a 50 Cent song. We just rapped to it, and it just started going that way. So, it's been with me for a while.
In your bio, it's pretty interesting because you mentioned that you had a missed opportunity with signing with a label. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was a distribution. It was Blackbird Entertainment. It was under E1 Music, the record label, so technically I would be signing under Blackbird and E1. But yeah, it was under Blackbird Entertainment. Greg Baker, he's the CEO. He found me through SoundCloud, through Spinrilla, through people he knew, and then he heard me. And the thing with him was I was a minor. I was 17, so everything that I had to do was through my legal guardian, like a parent. And at the time, my mom, she really didn't want me to do this because she wanted me to focus on school, so she didn't sign a contract. But he had a lot lined up for me. But I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Do you feel like your mom made the right decision?
I wouldn't say right, but she made a decision that she believed would benefit me. So I can't be mad about that. She was just trying to look out for me, trying to help out for me in her ways. So yeah, she thought she was doing what she knew because, you know, moms always think they know best. Sometimes they do. But it's in the past. I'll just put it that way.
So your current project, Facts Only, you said it's more than a mixtape, it's a movement. That's like, that's powerful. So explain that.
So basically, Facts Only, basically, it would almost be a year since it dropped. December 24th of last year, Christmas Eve, I dropped that project. It was my first ever project, my freshman mixtape. I had a lot of features on it from a couple local artists back home, and I just got a lot of support on it throughout high school. It started as just like, all right, what do you want to do with this project? Do you want to just have good songs? Like, you want to just have party songs? What do you want to be known for? And I'm like, you know, a lot of people, like a lot of DMV artists, like in DC, Maryland, Virginia, they put on a lot of facades when they create songs. They put on a lot of fake songs, a lot of songs that people don't necessarily live, or it's not, I wouldn't say it's right to portray, because some live and some don't, but you could tell through the eyes of it. And I was just like, you know what I'm doing my music, everything I say, everything I make, everything I create is gonna be real, it's gonna be facts, it's gonna be all me, it's just me. So like, it's facts only. Like, I have nothing to hide, I'm telling everybody my story, struggles that came up, successes that came up, the blessings I've had, everything. And I'm just gonna put it in facts only. From there, created a movement. A lot of people recognize that, you know, you hear the saying, real recognizes real. And a lot of people who listen to my music supported me, and they could hear what I was trying to tell people. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to show everyone who you are. It's, you know, so that's just how it began.
Facts, no printer. Are you currently working on any other projects?
Yes, I am. Right now, I have a project dropping called I Promise. It's a surprise EP that I'm dropping.
Okay.
Yeah, surprise EP. So I won't give you the exact date, but you can see it sometime mid-January. Mid-January of this year, I'm dropping an EP. Also have a video I'm shooting for this song called Regret that I have off of my Facts Only tape. I'm shooting that January 5th back home in DC. I also have this project Through My Soul that I'm dropping. It's going to be another mainstream project following Facts Only 2. But in between, I have the EP just to give the fans, you know, a new sound, new songs. And then Through My Soul is going to be a major project. It's going to be, I've been working on it for a year now. Since last year to right now, I've just been working on that. That's why it's been taking me so long. And then I'm going to drop that out and see what's going on.
Okay, don't pull a Frank Ocean. We want to hear it.
Right, don't disappear.
No questions.
So, how would you describe your sound?
My sound? Because compared to like artists or what? Or
Whatever
just in
you
general?
feel is best.
My sound?
Like your genre.
It's hip hop. I mean, I see hip hop. I mean, it can be mainstream, it could be old, but I would say hip hop. Like, I love hip hop music. I grew up with hip hop music. I just see myself doing hip hop, but it's me. It's like more storytelling, more life lessons, more experiences, more, you know, things in general that I've gone through. That's how I would describe it. It's just like something you can listen to, you can relate in a situation. Things like that.
So are there any rappers you feel like you embody?
Yeah. Yeah, I would, well, my favorite artist that I look up to this day, that I like, you know, that I get my inspiration from, J. Cole, that's #1. Kendrick Lamar, can't forget about Jay-Z, Nas, Kanye. These are artists that I like, look up to. And I wouldn't necessarily say try to create my style as them, because I have my own style. It's just, I take the tips that they give me, or, you know, that they give everyone, and I just take it to my advantage, you know. They give me this, I take it there. You know, you give me this, I take it here. So those are some rappers.
Okay. Let's have you weigh in on some of the things that are going on in hip hop. Let's start with the ghostwriting thing. How do you feel about those who use ghostwriters for their raps?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Ghostwriting is just helping. It's basically like, you're 5'1" and your cabinet is 6 foot. You're getting a stool to stand on there to get something. That's how I see it. It's you know, you have the body there, you need a little extra help or some other ways. I don't, you know, big major artists, Kanye, Big Sean, major artists use ghostwriting, and, you know, it wasn't such a big deal. But I mean, I love authenticity though. So if you create it, then, well, extra points for you, like you got it. So I mean, yeah. But I write all of my lyrics clear.
So this next question is kind of offensive to people in hip hop. They take it, the wrong way. But do you write your own rap?
Yeah, everything.
He just said that.
But yeah, my bad.
We know he write his own rap, yo.
Everything. Everything I've written is mine. Every single thing. I mean, people come try to help, but I just, I take some advice maybe and then try to switch my style up. Listen out, but everything I write is me. Like everything from this point.
What's your process when you write?
When I write, I gotta be in my feelings.
What do you mean by that?
I gotta be in my feelings. Not necessarily like I gotta be down to write or I gotta be happy to write. It's just I feel like when you make a song, like what are you making? You gotta make you're making something for people to listen to, correct? That's what artists do. But for me, how I take it is I try to paint pictures. I try to tell stories. I try to get the listener's attention through my lyrics. So what I do, one thing is I may be, instead of a situation that happened to me, I might describe around it first and then go in deep into detail like some artists do, or I might just go straight on the topic and talk about it around, using different forms. But some people use beats first. They listen to the beat first, then write. Some people write, then listen to the beat. For me, it's vice versa. It's either or. Depends on what I'm feeling.
So trap music has been becoming really popular in hip hop the past year with artists like Fetty Wap and Future. How do you think this genre has affected hip hop and rap?
To a certain extent, it's changed the game, but I feel like for a good reason. Artists like you mentioned, like Fetty Wap, Future, amazing artist, talented artist. Future is a storyteller. Like people rarely realize this because they don't analyze his lyrics, but
can't really hear it.
You can't,
you gotta listen to it over and over.
You gotta listen to it over and over, break it down. But Future tells stories about his pain. Like I remember he had a couple songs when he was talking about how he suffered from depression and he used substances to cure that or to help him move on with life. Like it's still hip hop. Like that's storytelling, but he's doing it in a different way. He's doing it in a sound that the newer generation may listen to rather than someone who's a little older.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I feel.
Let's have you weigh in on the Billboard's top 10 greatest rappers of all time. At the top of the picks are Biggie, followed by Jay-Z. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't put Jay over Big, but.
No, it's Biggie and then Jay-Z.
Yeah. I would put Biggie over Jay. That's cool.
Okay, so where can we find you on social media and stuff?
You can find me on Twitter at cruiser_Santana. You can find me on Instagram at cruisersantana_ at the end. I'm on SoundCloud. You can type in Cruiser Santana. Spinrilla, Facts Only, Cruiser Santana. You'll see the other projects on Dat Piff and Live Mixtape soon. I'm on Audio Mac as well, everywhere, you search.
All right, Cruiser, we're going to let you set up. I truly enjoyed this episode. I want another panel discussion sooner than later. And if you all out there have a topic you feel should be addressed on Nightcap, or if you have a talent that should be spotlighted, please be good. Please hit us up on our newly launched Facebook page. Also, if you want to see some of our past Nightcap segments, visit our YouTube page. Okay, the next sound you will hear will be Cruiser. Spit them bars, boy.
You're so...
Ooh. Can I live, ayy. Yeah, cause these dreams that I got might round kill me. Yeah, can I live, ayy. Yeah, cause these dreams that I got might round kill me. Boy, I give it all for that lifestyle, ayy. Cause I want it all for that lifestyle, ayy. Flashy lights, that lifestyle, ayy. That lifestyle, ayy. That lifestyle, ayy. Damn, Feeling like I'm Kid Pill, man, these rappers off the pill. Name me youngin' with a deal like me, right? Boy, all I ever wanna do is go and rip it in the store and show them youngins it's a movie Spike Lee. Whoa, I came from a land where these hitters go gorillas, go apes. Boy, you thinking that it's sweet, huh? Man, a city full of rats, full of traps, everybody throw deuce, but my head a no peace. I ain't know it's rules to this. Man, I even thought of dropping out of school for this. Be a fool for this, bump school for this. Man, I'm thinking that it's probably hella cool to commit, but damn. Like, where would that put me? I'll be the industry. I'm never, whoa. Somebody call up the Reverend and tell him 187, then write it down. Now the killer don't push me. Can I live, can I live, can I live, can I live, hey. Yeah, yeah. Many dreams that I got might around kill me. Hey, hey. Can I live, can I live, can I live, can I live, hey. Yeah, yeah. Many dreams that I got might. Boy, I give it all for that lifestyle, eh. Say I want it all for that lifestyle, eh. That lifestyle, eh. That lifestyle, eh. That lifestyle, eh. How could I believe in myself? I ain't even know myself. Swear that everything that I did was a joke. No hope, I ain't had no whoa, did it all alone in this game for the history. Rapping on stage, rapping bad boy, picture me. Reaching to the fans, every moment is you in the scene. Try and find a moment when my mind is never in a dream. Man, it's only hate where I reside there. A lot of people rather see me doing time there. Doing shows, touching people to the spine there. Stopping violence, man, the city full of crime, man. Sean Carter, Biggie and Puff Combs. Realest to ever stop, I'm hoping that I'll be known. Dark tinted windows, feeling like I'm alone. Make a dark twisted fantasy flamers and watch the throne. Holy Father, sprinkle the holy water. Tell her father her daughter's a thought is her mother. Feeling like the game is under and needed butt up. From nighttime to sun up, grind hard to come up. J. Cole, one up, this here to warm up. Slash into reality, clap, these suckers want us. Poof, the feds got us. Poof, they all on us. Rest in peace to the gunners. Future baby, I'm honest. Can I live, can I live, can I live, can I live, hey. Yeah, yeah. Many dreams that I got might round kill me. Hey, yeah. Can I live, can I live, can I live, can I live, hey. Yeah, yeah. Many dreams that I got might round, whoa. We out want it all for that lifestyle, eh. Want it all for that lifestyle, eh. Flashy lights, that lifestyle, eh. Doing shows, that lifestyle, eh. Money, clothes, that lifestyle, eh.
This world is for each other. We need to help each other, and we need places to stay at. Not burning up houses or robbing stores or none of that. Like kicking in stores, stealing, taking all the shoes and taking the money. Like we need the money, and the white people just not trying to get back our money so we can build all this stuff over again, so it can look more better how it was now. Because this world is not. I see in the future that this world's gonna be like destroyed.
I think it's a manifestation of what happens when you put people in dire conditions, in a society that doesn't value who they are as human beings. And that create, Freddie Gray is symbolic of the devastation that people have been feeling in their communities and continue to feel. And so what we're seeing is the eruption of that. And the only sustainable solution to that problem is to actually deal with the cause of the conditions that produce the anger over Freddie Gray's death at the hand of law enforcement. And we can try to, tell people, particularly young people, got to get your act together, got to do this and that, but those aren't sustainable solutions to really getting broad-based change.
But when it's time for black and brown people to express their anger and outrage, it's always told, no, be calm, be peaceful, when violence is consistently inflicted upon us. So that alone is interesting to me. So in my mind, these aren't riots, and to be quite honest, I wouldn't even consider this violence. This is just an expression of anger. It may be misplaced or misdirected, and that's subjective. To each person that's going to vary. But the reality is this was bound to happen. You can't kill black and brown people consistently and expect them not to feel a type of way the next time it happens.
I personally don't consider them riots. I consider them like an unrest type of deal. Because it's not really just because Freddie Gray is dead. It's because this has been brewing for like years. Black people have just been sitting back, waiting for or watching police attack us for no reason and kill people at the hands of their own people, like Tyrone West and Anthony Anderson. Just black people dead, dropped like flies because of cops, the people that we were taught to trust.
It's very hard when you live in a place that's designed to oppress you, and so a lot of black youth, a lot of black students don't have access to education, and so they're cut off kind of at the root to be able to be educated. And we all know when you're not educated, you're not really paid attention to. People don't listen to you, and so when you go to voice those concerns, people are like, oh, those are just wild people. They just tripping. They don't have any education, and so that's another tier of the frustration is this constant talking, this constant, there's a problem here, this constant, showing and telling and demonstration, but it's not being responded to because people don't feel that black people are important.
America promoting democracy in all these foreign countries, but you're denying blacks, Hispanics, and poor whites they due process and equal protection here in America. You use CNN and all these major news stories when they were doing Arab Spring, when they was rioting over in Egypt, when they was rioting over in Syria. Well, you got problems right here in America. The same rights that they want over there, we want right here. And if our government ain't gonna give them to us, it's the people's right to take it. Democracy was born on civil disobedience.
Father God, once again, we humbly come to your throne of grace. You said, oh Lord, in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14, that if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, pray, God, we come seeking your face, and we're turning from our wicked ways.
Yes, sir.
Then shall we hear from heaven.
Yes.
And our land
shall
be healed.
Thank you, Lord.
Bless us, oh Lord.
Bless us.
In the name of Jesus the Christ, I do pray. As we all say together in agreement, amen, 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 amen.
I don't even know if I can bring myself to tell my people not to be angry, not to be violent, not to move. Because you've proven to us once again that black lives aren't valuable. And you're proving to us right now that you're complaining about 4 cop cars being damaged and some glass windows being broken during a Saturday protest when there was a young man killed by cops. So now you're telling me that property is more valuable than his life.
I don't feel safe like that because they can just do anything around they said if we don't be in the house at around 10 o'clock our curfew, they gonna start shooting us and try to kill us. That's not good. The person they really need to try to catch is the bad people and the robbers and everything. They're not doing that. They just killing innocent people. And that's not right.
Hey you!
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Are you tired of dominant media misrepresenting who you are? Do you often feel voiceless and that your story isn't being portrayed in dominant media?
I feel voiceless. Where the heck is my story?
Do you want to pursue a career in video editing and journalism but don't know where to start? If you're between the ages of 18 to 24, well, you've come to the right place.
Here at the Youth Media Center, we work to produce videos about cultural and social justice issues. Our interns are eligible to receive credit for their work and advance to paid internships.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna need more time to finish this.
This internship has a 3-day turnaround. That means you submit your film project 3 days after filming. Or else.
At our state-of-the-art professional facilities, we produce in-depth media by providing an alternative to the stories portrayed by dominant media. We also certify you in using Adobe Premiere Pro. The Youth Channel, a place for fun, experience, diversity, and representation. Apply today to our digital journalism internship. Go to www.mnn.org/youth or follow us on our social media pages.
Visibility is very important to me, to make sure that my personal story and my parents' story and my culture stories remain embedded throughout just history, right? And I can't always expect other people to write about my culture, right? Especially if they may not have that experience. So I guess in some ways it's a type of social responsibility to write about what's truthful to you, but also to make sure that you are a part of the narrative.